Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to our next, or to this video, the sixth sin, wrath. As always, I'm gonna start. If you want to read the article seriously, it is on my blog, on my blog page. It has a little bit of a more of a professional tone. These videos are just like for fun and it's just like a discussion between friends, And I give stories instead of actually doing the thing. And if you don't know what happened to me, well, I was kind of rug pulled in a sense from the job I was working. It was part time and it was even like, it was hourly, not even part time. But still, it's kind of disappointing to be working for a long time with a client and then get rug pulled for no reason. Regardless, let's start with the sixth sin, wrath. This sin is the friction, anger, and resentment that festers from a toxic communication environment as ambiguity, blame throwing, and information silos that turn collaboration into conflict. Okay, first story is this screenshot. It's from a meet where we were like 5 to 6 months deep into the work. And at that time, we just had like a front end developer for like barely like 20 days. Even though he was a vibe coder, he was like advancing the project a little bit well. On the backend side, we finished basically the basics of the we finished 95% of the project, or that was before. So in 5 months, we did what the other team did in like 5.5 years or something. They started in 2019, finished 2025 on April, some around those days, where they were probably where they probably did the same thing that they did to us, where they rug pulled them, and they didn't even pay them, I guess. Regardless, regardless. So this was the meet, and there's this dude. I'm gonna blur his name for out of privacy in a sense, but I'm gonna release all of these screenshots in one of my longest videos I'll probably make in a while. Anyway, so we had like this author where it summarizes the meets and stuff like that. I don't use it. It was like one of the local managers here, which I'm gonna expose as well, probably if he is part of this rug pull. Okay, so based on the tracks, there are a few instances where seems to critical, dismissive of the development team's progress. So we actually discussed, we were like, okay, so we did like quite well and everything. And then he's like, when discussing the mobile application, says it's very messy time right now. Urba is a big mess. Mobile is a big mess. Okay, so this one I agree with him on it. Because initially I didn't like want to criticize the mobile dev because he was like working alone and everything. But when the local manager didn't want to hire more developers, I was kind of a little bit surprised. Still, this one I agree with him. The team was supposed to finish early, so they could have had enough time to test it, implying criticism of the team's time and preparedness. Um, we finished early. We were creating unit tests on our end, and he didn't like unit tests. I'm gonna find the screenshot as well. I like have a folder with like 5,000 screenshots. I truly cannot look over all of them. Still, so he's implying that they don't have testing, even though he should be like one of the actual testers because he is like implied in the software as well. And when he explains the challenge was it's very messy time right now, again highlighting frustration development. Yeah, he is just blame throwing. And to give you like a bit of more context, so as the backend, we had 2 months of work. We did 2 months of work. I mean, we when we were at the 2 months mark, the DevOps team was before us for a while, I guess. I don't know how long, but they were before us for a while. One of the team members that was sorry, I think well, just exposed every information about them. I'm not gonna edit the video. Okay, no, actually, I'm gonna edit it on YouTube because I kind of exposed the one of the members on that team. Um, he was in there for a while. He was getting paid salary of me and the guy I brought like 15 days in. and Guy. Let's call him, what do we call him? Guy. Me and Guy. Uh, plus, actually, no, multiplied by 2. See the parentheses just to emphasize that both of us, like combined, multiplied by 2, he was paid more than this combined. Because, I work hourly, the guy also works hourly technically, but it was like full time and I was part time, and we still weren't paid enough. Regardless, and they were working before, and so at this point here we had already like created like an MVP for our architecture, like with services, with authentication and stuff. And I was like, well, we can deploy it in Azure because they were using Azure DevOps and everything. And I was like, okay, you can create pipelines for us and everything, or I will do it myself if you cannot. No, actually, I didn't say that. So we were like a month and a half, and the guys took another 2 months to actually prepare a dev tested environment. You know what we did in those waiting periods? Actually, in the same day, to be honest, we okay, the manager, the local manager, this was like his only good thing that he did in his life, probably. He got us like a VPS, and we deployed the application in like 20 minutes, and we showed it over the meet, and we were like, okay, guys, you're taking a long time to deploy this application. We need to test it. We need to at least provide something for the front end to develop with, or the mobile to develop with. And yeah, it's like probably me blaming, but this is mostly because of the toxic culture. These guys, the DevOps team, they thought they were superior to us in a sense. In all of our meets, the guy was praising his team, like they did this, they did that, to a non-technical CEO. Me as a technical person, I've had a lot of experience, and I know the guy, the team lead, their team lead, isn't what he says he is. I know he has 10 years of experience or so, but those 10 years of experience are basically 10 years of doing the same thing. Sitting around, making coffee for people other than him, or more knowledgeable than. Okay, actually, no. Gotta stop. If I continue ranting, I might actually get defamation case or something. I don't think I can do a defamation case. I'm in Algeria. I'm like in third world country. They don't take defamation seriously. Actually, they would probably make fun of the guy if he made like a defamation case. Like, what? You were offended by words? Brother, grow some. Grow some. Anyway, basically, from the first day, we had like a culture of blame throwing or blaming the other team. And if we're being honest, if we're being objective, their team was slower, got paid more, didn't do as much work. We were overworked or underpaid. We did a lot of work. Me and the other dev, we actually did like 4 months of work, which was like 80% of what the other team achieved. And then we got more developers because I was kind of getting tired of overworking. And we got another developer. Then that developer brought another developer. Where we were 4, and we actually got a lot of progress faster. And we did what they asked us for, even though the features were kind of bullshit. Still, anyway, I guess that's how it goes. Anyway, it's like me ranting for no reason. Let me check the blog and see what I gave as examples. Yeah, managers who foster blame culture, or who don't like you because of your background, because you are more knowledgeable than they are. I assure you, the dude doesn't have as much knowledge as he says he does. And now that I quit from their like project, it's kind of a good time to get like a solution architecture book and like seriously advance my knowledge. And I'm planning to get one and probably send it with one of my friends. I mean, if we get paid, actually, I don't think we're gonna get paid. They probably scammed us. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny that the episode about wrath got turned into a rant. Super funny, and like blaming and actually doing all the things I'm mentioning in the super funny, super funny. I told you these videos are not serious, you know. Anyway, we actually got when we got the front end team, even though they weren't like. Please stop sending emails. Who the hell is sending emails at this moment? Okay. Yeah, even though we got a lot of we didn't know each other at all, like me, the front end and the back end team, like between the back and front end, we actually got like on a super good start. Like the guys, like we talk on the same level, even though they had like a dude with 8 years of experience who was like seriously underrated. The guy did like a lot of work to try and fix the vibe coded architecture, the vibe coded features. He did a lot of work. Yeah, we're talking common ground. Like you feel that you're talking with someone who respects you, and you respect them back, obviously. But the other guys, they truly weren't. Yeah, it's kind of a superiority complex, if I say so. And yeah, still. Also, we didn't have any communication between us and the DevOps team, and they still blamed us for a lot of issues that they themselves caused. Kind of funny. Still, hope you're all doing well. See you on the next video.